finagle Discord. Oh well, I can't see Joel anyway, so
Oh, I can turn my camera on if you want. It's just always turned on
no,
and
it's
off.
it's fine. It's fine. No worries. We'll just I'm just going to put. Oh, we should go back to the mists real quick, shouldn't we? Activate. Okay. Foren, you dream again, like you have so many other times. See the flames burn down on you. The screams that have become so familiar. Screams of children, screams of your own brother, splintering wood and the cranking of machinery. And you find you can move, and you run. But as you try to swing your missing arm, nothing is there. And as you run, you notice that mists are forming around you, swirling around the path you're running as they become like a wall almost. You stumble into the now broken and charred temple that used to be dedicated to Torm. In the mist surround, blocking all sight beyond the perimeter of this temple. And you see a figure, a child, but you don't know who it is. It looks up to you with a familiar yet you can't place it, like a familiar face. And the child pulls a card out of an elaborately decorated deck of cards that they're holding, and then lays it down. This card, this card represents the subject of the reading. And you see yourself fleeing from some ghost or monster, the haunted. And he pulls another. This card represents the past. And you see a pale horseman on a white horse, gaunt and skeletal, holding a scythe. The horseman. This is the figure hesitates as it pulls that card and looks up at you. This card figure represents death, destruction, and loss. He pulls another card. The mists. Mists coil through an abandoned graveyard. Mists obscure your present and your future. And he pulls a final card. And you see a female dwarf with hands outstretched, lightning flashing from each finger. The elementalist. This person will be important in your path. And he lays down the card. And you notice that the shrieks and the screams and the sounds have faded, and in their place is silence in the mists. And you come to consciousness slowly. And when you're awake, you realize that there's a card lying beside your table at the inn. that you're staying in. You pick it up and look at it. It is the same elementalist card that the child in your vision pulled last. And as you flip it over, it says, Last Light In, October 24th. You think you have enough time from today to get to that inn, if you leave now.
I want to go to that inn.
So you set out to Hearth Hollow, the small town which somehow, strangely, you're not sure how you've never heard of before, yet you know that it is in the north part of the Cragspire Mountains, in the foothills there. You arrive on a blustery day with a light sprinkling of snow dusting the rooftops and the grounds of the small inn. And you enter the Last Light Inn. Alright, let's go to this. Now, Sod, as you awaken and come downstairs, the innkeep comes up hastily toward you and says, my lord, there was a letter left for you last night. And let me share this with you. I don't know how to share it to just one player, so everyone gets to see it now.
Hail to thee of might and valor, I have lowly steward of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thee so desperately needed assistance, the love of my life. Drina? Irina Koliana has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might to be had to thee and thy fellow if thou shall but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. Koilan
Indirovich.
Burgomaster.
Foren. You enter, it's still pretty early in the day, on the 23rd-ish. And you see, as you enter, a golden statue-like man and a much shorter dwarven woman sitting at a table breaking their fast. As you look at them, you finger the card you were given, and you notice that the depiction of this card matches the face of that dwarven woman.
I look for a table nearby, but not with them, and I just sit, order myself a drink, and listen. Hope they don't
So
card here.
they don't.
Perfect.
As you two are eating your breakfast, you notice the door open and a young man come in. Why don't you describe yourself, Foren?
I am a 16-year-old human. I have, well, it's probably covered right now. Riding gloves on, simple clothes, nothing too extravagant. That's about it right now. A lovely cloak. Um, Nothing very exciting, but I obviously look like bright-eyed. This is all very new, being in a tavern like this. Never been
Yeah.
here before.
Yeah. Do you have a weapon at your side or anything like that?
I do have a longsword attached. That would probably be at my side. Yeah, longsword at my side, ready and able to use.
Right. So this eager-eyed youngster comes into the tavern and takes a seat close, but not too close to you guys.
Do I notice him watching us at all, or do I just keep going
Are
about?
you being, Foren, are you being, like, stealthy about your attempts to pay attention to them, or?
I mean, Foren definitely thinks that he is being stealthy. He thinks it with all his heart, but probably not.
What's your passive perception currently? Or your perception. If you want to make a perception check, you can too.
Okay. Well, my passive perception is 16,
Yeah.
and perception check. Oh yeah, that'll probably be pretty good. Oh no, an 8.
And Foren, do you want to roll a stealth check at all?
I'll try, but I doubt it's gonna be great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Alright. Yeah. So you notice this kid like looking over at you and then like looking down and then looking over at you, and he's trying to be sneaky, but he's not being very good.
So I'll just kind of engage Sod in some conversation about, okay, so where do you want to go from here? Do you have a plan already of where you want to go to seek these gems?
Well, funny you
And I'm
should
gonna
mention
say
that.
I'm not worried about the kid hearing us. I'm kind of curious how the kid will react.
Yeah, he's gonna unabashedly kind of tell her about the letter he's just received, and to let her know that there may be some funds coming our way if we are to help them out.
I'm gonna pull out my card and try to like look at it and compare it to what this dwarf looks like, just to make sure. I'm not
It
sure if she looks
looks
familiar.
She doesn't look familiar, but she looks like uncannily like the card.
I like hold it up and I'm like looking at her and looking at the card and looking back at her.
You notice this kid has the backs of your cards all have this like elaborate blue like raven crest, and you notice that his has the same sort of raven crest as he keeps pulling it up and putting it down and pulling it up.
I'm gonna just start staring at him, and at the card he's holding, and just see what he does.
Foren, this dwarf just starts staring at you.
I try to look away, but I'm like, oh, guess I'm caught. I walk up and be like, I believe you're on my card, ma'am.
Funny, I had the same conversation yesterday. And I'll pull out my card that has a picture of Sod on it. I received this one in a dream. Does that
Sod
sound
pulls out
familiar?
his card and shows it. Kind of looks up and like holds it up to Foren's face, like,
Way off, not even close.
Well, ain't
I
that
look at
something?
Sod's card and shrug and say maybe our party's not complete yet, and just I scoot over so Foren can have a seat.
Welcome to our little group. And I wave for more drinks, mimosas in the morning time.
I look at my card and be like, well, the boy in the dream told me that you would be very important in my path. Are are you the elementalist?
Um, I well, my dream said I was, but um, somehow we're being drawn together. I don't know what power this is, but I think our paths somehow are linked. I was drawn here to meet him. It said by October 24th. So sounds like we may have something coming tomorrow that will matter.
But what?
I'm Cedra, by the way. Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to happen.
Seedrum, Foren, new to these parts.
You can call me Sod.
I will call you Zod.
Meet you.
I like knock on him just because I've never seen someone made like this before, just to see what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's pretty strange, right? I'm still trying to get used to it.
Sorry, it's just so interesting. Are you made of metal?
It would appear so, wouldn't it?
Interesting. And I pull off my
Yes.
glove and be like, well, not quite all metal, but I show you my sweet ass arm. Well, at least hand.
He's like
Oh, interesting.
instantly. This is a robotic hand, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this
Uh,
like intricately made with all these like gears and stuff to control the fingers and stuff. Um, Hand of like metal and wood, and it's very fascinating.
well, I see you went with iron. I think aluminum would have been a better choice for that gasket there. But I mean that's some pretty nice handiwork.
I did not make this myself. This is of gnomish make. But thank you.
How remarkable. Have you used this armor for a long time? Or is this have you come by it recently?
Relatively recently.
I'm sure that was quite an adjustment. Are you adapting well?
I think so. I pick up a cup and like just crush it. Oh shit. Uh, I'm getting better.
I'm
I
sure that would be quite the adjustment.
I know what you mean, friend. I know what you mean. And this big golden hand slaps you on the back.
I take one damage.
So what brings you to these parts here?
I have a card. It told me to come. I assumed it's the way I'm supposed to go. I'm never know where to go these days. Just mission to mission. I'm trying to fight the evil in the world. I don't know.
Well, we both certainly have some evil we're trying to set straight. It seems you were drawn to us for a reason. Ah, I'm after. Have you heard of a trader named Betham in your travels? He would
F
be a dealer of Bellstone.
Ephraim? Can't
Vetham. Batham.
can't say I have. I haven't seen too much of this Bellstone stuff. I'm new to the Free Cities. I mean, uh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been in the Free Cities my whole life.
Ah, are you from the Empire?
No, like I said,
The
straight
Imperium?
here from here. Came from the Free Cities, born and raised. Never been anywhere else. Good old Valkyrie.
Did you say Bellstone? Oh my god, let me tell you all about the Bellstone I've seen in my life. You won't gonna believe some of the Bellstones I've seen.
Are you from the Imperium? Like, Cedra is fascinated by the idea of someone from the Imperium since she's never um, heard of she's definitely never met anybody from the Imperium before. Like, are you from the Imperium? That would be so amazing. That would be what's it like there? Are you? I mean, is it what? What's it like? Is it is it is it good or?
Eh,
Or are they all tyrannical? How did you leave? What happened?
listen,
Like, she's just
it's
super
not a
curious.
lot that I like to talk about or broadcast. I'm
Ah,
sorry I let it slip, but
oh,
it's it, it it's not all it's cracked up to be. Let's just say that, and I'm never going back there. Only one thing can take me back, and that's you know what? It's a long story, and I'm not ready to get into it right now.
Cedra just nods and says, "Yeah, I I've heard it's quite a well, honestly, I've heard it's a terrible place, but I've never met anybody like real from there, and I didn't know, that someone normal could be from there. It's a little bit amazing to me."
Well, I appreciate being called normal. The last few years, it's not something someone said about me. I like hold up my arm and like move it around nervously. Uh, I can only say this: the Imperium is what got me this arm, and I I don't look upon it fondly.
Deidre looks a little taken aback, and she's like, "It really is a horrible place. Oh,
There are
they
definitely
take your
some terrible
limbs?"
people there.
Well, as a follower of Lathander, I know that sometimes you could be reborn. Perhaps this new metallic arm is your rebirth.
Well, maybe, but sure.
Well,
Yeah.
you're in the Free Cities now. That means you're free.
Ah, now that is some truth. I say a quick prayer to Torm, just because I can. No one's gonna say anything about it.
No, you're not going to hear anything about it from us. So,
Now, you said you had a letter. Something to
Yeah,
do with
and
these
cheers.
cards?
I shared the letter with them. Ain't got much to do with the cards, I reckon, but I'm figuring we gotta do something about this.
Uh, I see something mentioned of evil. Well, what are we waiting for? We need to go stop this evil. It's my sworn mission to
Yeah?
kill all that is evil in this world.
Man, it looks like we could be getting ourselves quite a bit of money as well.
I have no use for
I
that.
something to fund our travels could be useful. We've got to pay for our room and board somehow, and I just kind of look at uh Foreign, unless you want to sleep out in the stables.
Stables will be much warmer than what I've been sleeping in as of late.
Curious thing, Cedra, and now Foreign, and also Sod, you have not been charged for rooms.
Do I know that? I just got here.
You
Oh,
just got here, so you wouldn't know yet, but when you do try to rent a room, if you try to rent a room, Unless you'd rather, sleep in the stables.
I mean, if
But then
there's
they
room to be had. I don't know that I would ask. I don't really have any money on. Well, maybe. Do I have money on me? Let's find out. Let's look at my character sheet. It says I have
Citra,
zero money.
Yeah, you've
Citra
been
I
probably
think
has
sleeping.
just a
Sod
little bit of money, but
Sod will entertain. I have been given quite the stipend, and I will pay for your evenings and our meals as well, and attempts to pay.
Uh, oh no, sir. The fee has already been paid for you up until the
Oh,
25th, I believe. So
because
no
I'm a
worries.
noble person. Yes, of course, that makes sense.
He doesn't offer any clarification. So
Yeah, so silly of me. I will explain to my friends.
I mean,
It's
it's been paid for you and your friends.
yes, by my father, of course. I understand. They return to the table. My father has gotten this. Don't worry.
Your father seems to be a
perks of
wealthy
being
man.
noble.
Yes, it appears it's one of the many perks.
Well, what's the plan? What has anybody ever been to this tavern before? Know anything about Hearth's Hollow?
I don't, but I seem to know this place.
How'd you tend to come here?
I also had a card appear on my pillow, the one you see here as he pulls it out again. I came here just like you had. I don't know why. I am here to seek gems.
What kind of gems?
I guess magical gems? I'm not quite sure.
What
I
do you
must
mean?
return these back.
Magical gems?
I,
From
I believe
from
so.
from where?
Some foreign land.
Huh,
I have been searching and have my trail is and it landed me here.
You know
interesting.
what land they're supposed to be from?
I don't think I got the name right.
Oh, sorry. No, I did correct it later. I retconned it so that you did get the name. I was wondering why you didn't respond. I was like, maybe that's why I asked, can you hear me?
Mm.
The land is Barovia.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go.
okay. Barovia. Has
Some
Cedra probably has never heard of Barovia?
Well, you have just heard about it in that letter you received.
I mean, before that though.
Before that, no. Nope,
Like,
you have not heard
okay.
anything about that.
Hmm.
In
Barovia.
fact, none of you have ever heard of that before.
Interesting. I might never
How
seen
do we?
Barovia on this map here. It's the best
Yeah,
map I
Yeah.
have of
Where
it.
do we?
everyone roll history checks.
Oh, I should roll. Oh, I just rolled. I'll just use my roll because it was bad because I don't want to cheat. Um, that's gonna be 3. I
Yeah,
mean, I rolled a natural 1. I have +2, so
11.
11. Okay, Foreign. You've seen a lot. You've seen some maps of the world, of the Empire. There's not much of the peninsula to the south of the Empire, and you not much far to the east either. But none of these maps have ever listed such a name.
I've seen a lot of maps in my time here. Tried to get to know the lay of the land when I came from. I mean, when I grew up here my whole life. God, he's a little mad at himself for keep forgetting that he doesn't want to talk about the Imperium. Never seen Barovia on a map.
Cedra's gonna say, so what you need, Foren, is a backstory. Where in the Free Cities are you gonna say you're from?
Just, I guess, Ardura.
So,
It's where I spent the most time when I came over from the Imperium after.
okay.
Gosh.
Well, yeah, so say you're from Madura because you want some truth in whatever story you say. So,
Well, thank you. You're not too bad at
so
this
Urdura.
Mayan stuff. I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm gonna use it for now.
Well, I honestly I'm not too good at it myself, but I figured out that I needed to be vague in my details until I felt like I could trust someone. And well, I didn't want to share too much of my own story until until I received these cards and then I met you guys. So, um that's sort of I don't know. I tried to give details that fit but weren't necessarily the whole story.
Hmm. Foreign definitely like you're growing on him. He's like starting to get happy to have someone as a young 16-year-old who's like, "Hey, thank you, Cedra. Never had a mentor before."
Sod would
Cedra's
also
like
Sod also appears a little young
just
as well.
A buddy? Ooh.
I mean, Cedra's like fairly young for a dwarf too. I mean, she's like I mean, probably in her 30s as a dwarf maybe. I don't know. She's like human equivalent of like 20. So,
We gotta
not
get we gotta
not
get young
super
party here.
So,
yeah.
Assad, what is your rough equivalent of age that they would be
Sod
able to
would
see?
be. So I had originally written 18, but I feel like I've been
Mhm.
playing him a lot older. But
Okay.
I'm gonna try and dumb him down a little bit. But yeah, he
I
should be
mean,
around the age of 18.
he's had a rough life in the mines,
Yeah,
so
you grow up fast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys all seem to be within the same, like, similar age range anyway. Same within 5 years of each other. Ish.
Yeah.
Equivalently.
Relatively.
Right. Relative age. We're in the same stage of development.
Why they call us those star millennials?
Star
Nice.
millennials. Like it.
Well, should we go and investigate, or it's still evening time, yeah? Or is it the
It's
morning?
morning
It's the
now.
morning right now, yeah.
Let me order a
Yeah.
ration of bacon. I'm hungry. It's been a long travel. How did I get here, by the by? Was I taking a boat?
Um,
Did I take an airship?
you're coming from your Urdura, so let's see. Let me reference the
Over
map.
land travel, probably.
Yeah,
That's the
probably
ways to
over
go.
land.
Over
I
land.
mean, you might have gone through the sea and up the rivers a little bit. Oops, I accidentally hit pause on my. No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. I thought I paused my vacuum. Yeah, so
It's
most of
been
the
a few
core products.
years. I might have not been in order at the time.
Oh,
I
okay.
imagine that I had been traveling a little bit once I
Oh,
came
okay.
through Ardura, so
Um,
I would look at a map, but well, let me pull one up, I guess, but I don't want to take too much time on it.
I know I'm looking for it too. Oh,
It's in the uh, that one Excel sheet.
so you would have been mostly overland travel. Do you have a horse or anything, do you think?
Can probably nicked a horse somewhere along the line.
Yeah. Yeah, you found a little hamlet. let's call it Schutzwald, and nicked a horse from there.
Excellent.
Wait, did you say there's a Google Sheets with the map?
Yeah, there is.
Can you drop that in the chat?
Yeah, put that, and
'Cause
then I'll put it in our campaign too. After you put it in the
Okay,
chat,
cool.
that'd be cool.
Woo!
I'm not sure I know how to do that, but I will do my best.
Nice. That'll work. I think I have this
Oh, man.
somewhere. I just don't remember where.
If you go to the world tab on there, it has a map.
Wow, that's fantastic. Wow,
Ooh, I don't know if I have seen this before.
so
Oh, I
much
saw this a long time
information in
ago.
this. This is
That's
fantastic.
crazy.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going to copy this
Beautiful. With the
and put it
maps.
in
So you've got the
on.
taint here. Awesome.
I tried to put it all as much as together as possible. I figured it'd be a nice little dump for any information we need.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah.
I may have updated the taint recently. I don't know if
I
this
can
got
go through
included.
and copy and paste anything. I think I
Cool.
did it right when you were planning on updating the taint, so but I can go back.
Okay. There may still be more stuff I want to include too.
Okay, how do we go back? Back, back. Airship.
Very
All
cool.
right. That's an airships and vampirates campaign. Notes. Now, hopefully you guys can access it.
Cool.
Sorry, on which one?
Airships and vampirates.
Oh, nice.
It's almost 8. What would you guys say about stopping at 8 or 8:30 or
Sounds
8:15?
good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
fine with whatever makes the most sense.
Okay.
Very cool.
When Foreign orders food, do they charge me for that?
They do not. No.
I want some
You
bacon. I need some breakfast.
you ask for it and they say, "Oh, sure, it's been paid already. No worries about the
But
fee."
by who?
Uh, some feller came in the other day,
Uh,
paid for all
Very
your room
suspicious.
and food and drinks.
How did
Uh,
how did they know? Who? When? What?
I mean, they just gave us a bunch of gold and descriptions of y'all.
What all did he tell you about us?
Hmm. He pulls out some. Said there are some far travelers coming to stay, meeting up. They'd have weird looking cards in their hands.
You saw my card?
I mean, I saw you're holding a card.
How many were supposed to be here?
Um, me 6, right? 6 people on it. 6. Six, 6 or so.
We're only half here.
our party's not complete yet.
You must gather your party before
Let's say
venturing
we-
forth.
It's dangerous to go alone.
He doesn't say that.
No.
Hmm.
Do you have descriptions of the others by chance?
Oh, let's see. There's some sort of plain touch folk, kind of like you, but more wispy, I guess, more airy. Got some floating hair. Got some dwarf or other. Not you, but some other dwarf. I mean, I don't know. And then some other ugly looking feller, human.
Oh, I think when Sod was being quiet and telling Cedra about his background, he was doing so in Dwarvish.
Hey.
Cedra may not have even. She probably wasn't even very surprised by the Dwarvish speak, because Common and Dwarvish are I mean, everybody speaks Dwarvish where she's from, so that's probably pretty and it's Cragstone Hearth, so she just kind of assumed that was normal.
It was probably like a mix of Common and Dwarvish the entire time.
And,
probably a lot of levels.
What did you ask, Joel?
What?
Did you ask the innkeeper something a little bit ago?
I just asked who paid for us. I'm very concerned about who this was.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip over your
But she
question.
didn't answer me, so who did pay for this?
Oh, some fella came in the other day.
What did this fella look like?
Dark hair, dark beard, bright color clothes though. I guess that stuck out a little bit.
What about his clothes? They were bright?
They were bright, real colorful, Had sort of a
Which colors?
all the colors it seemed. I mean, it was like red shirt and like a yellow jacket and blue pants sort of thing. I don't know. Don't really see that extravagant folk around. Cedra, it occurs to you that your trader that you were looking for did have a penchant for wearing bright colors.
Was he? Did he have a big black horse? And was he a trader of Bellstone?
I mean, I assume he had a horse,
and also
but I don't.
describe. Did he stay here at the inn, or did he just come through and?
He just came through and left.
And offered to pay.
Never saw his horse. Don't know if he had Bellstone or not. But your description seems similar.
Okay. Cedra is deeply troubled by this, because that feels weird and if he's the one who hurt my brother, why would he pay for our aid in seeking answers?
The innkeeper shrugs.
I'm saying it to the whole table,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Maybe he's luring you into some kind of trap. But why would he treat us? That's weird.
It is quite strange. Cedra's just kind of gets quiet because she's not really sure what to make of that.
Well, if he's paying, I ordered the biggest breakfast of all of the food.
They treat you lavishly. Yeah, they give you a lot of A lot of bacon and eggs and potatoes and all the breakfast things. Porridge, if you want porridge.
I'm putting it down like only a 16-year-old could.
I mean, Cedra will definitely enjoy some breakfast ale and a good hearty breakfast as well.
Yeah, Sod will definitely enjoy a couple drinks with his breakfast.
All right, you enjoy your breakfast. Answers still lingering in the air. Or questions, not answers.
They're out there too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything anyone else wants to do with their time?
I think Sod is like fidgeting with this card, like anxiously looking for whoever this card is supposed to be.
I kind of want to go explore the city a little bit, or the town,
Okay.
because I've never heard of it before. So
Yeah.
go out and see what I can
Cedra will
see.
go too. She's curious. I mean, she hasn't seen the world before, so she's curious to explore the town a little bit. Also, before breakfast, Cedra would have gone out to this rock and like just spent some time, kind of like right at sunrise, while there were still some stars in the sky, and then like as they disappear, she would spend some time throwing her rocks and just spending time in nature.
Okay.
I think Sod's like following after Foren. Like, this could be fun. This person seems to know how to travel. Sod has not been out of his compound, so this is unique to him as well.
Oh, I have traveled my fair share.
All right, so all of you follow out of the inn to explore the city. Well, city would be a gross exaggeration. It is a very small town. Just enough room for an inn. It's basically, a trade route town from the mines around here, getting that mining the ore and stuff down to a bigger town down closer to civilization, I guess. This would be the closest town to this little place would probably be Valkyrie, that we know of, and there's a river flowing down the mountains beside the town, and there's not all that much here. There's the inn, there's the mining consortium sort of trading place where they, go and bring their ore and get it shipped out. There's some farmland around, even though it's mostly, kale and cabbage and turnips this far up in the mountains. Doesn't get that much sun as much as, and this far north too. It is getting colder, and there is a dusting of snow everywhere that you travel in the town.
Are there any shops or anything like
Yeah,
that?
there's a general goods store. Yeah.
Well, I'll start with the general goods store, I guess, and go ask around about, you know, just see who's here, what kind of things they sell, who the people might be, ask some
Okay.
questions about what's been going on around town.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll like a charisma based insight. No. Investigation check, I guess.
So convenient to roll that way. 19 again. That
19.
seems
Wow.
Foreign's doing it big.
Yeah, for sure. Um, the town has, not that much. You don't hear any word about any people in this colorful clothing at all. Like, there's nothing about this fella who's allegedly stuck by the bar. And You do hear, though, that, like, recently the evening has been pretty, like, the evenings have been kind of foggy, and that a couple of the outlying farms have had their houses broken into, and the neighbors have found the adults all slain and the children gone. And people are talking about maybe wolves of something, but they don't know why wolves would do that sort of thing, but it's the only thing that they've been able to find that might explain it.
Hearing about the children being gone, gives me like just little bits of panic.
Yeah.
Where are these houses? Who, where?
If you go out eastward, you can find the old Borset's farm. That's one of them. There have been about 3 or 4, I think, in the
How
last couple nights.
how far?
Oh, go past the big bend in the river and past that old big stone outcropping. It's about get there about midday if you leave now.
I really want to
Let's
go, but I check in with my friends. Oh, anybody want to go take a look
I
at?
say let's go check it out, but let's go to the Traders Guild first and see what else we can learn. I want to see if Vatham has been through this area or the mining trading guild.
Yeah, I would like to speak to someone
Uh,
about mining and what kind of minerals they mine here, because I'd really like to find out.
All right. I relent a little because I just appreciate Sidra, so I say okay. Uh, hey,
uh, we'll be
Sod, would you
quick.
mind
We'll.
paying the nice store owner for this bottle of? I don't know. I feel like we got to buy something. She's been helpful.
Nice.
Allow me, my friends, and picks up like a rather fancy bottle and purchases it.
All right, that'll
Uh,
be 2 silver.
He like fumbles through this enormous bag full of coin to try and find 2 silver. It's just so laden with gold and gems that he finally finds 2 and tosses them over. Maybe like a couple extra copper as a tip.
Okay, nice. Thank you. And you get let's see, a local bottle of the local wine.
I don't know what all spells I have yet, but can we just say if there's any elements for my spells that I'm missing right now? I'm gonna like some incense or something. I'm
Yeah.
gonna grab anything that the store has and throw it in on the purchase.
Okay. With a arcane focus, you don't need to use components unless they have a
Oh,
price
nice.
tag. Yeah. So you can like.
Right. So just anything that happens to have a price tag that's here, like if there's a little bit of something, I might do. I just
Well,
haven't.
let's
I've
see
only
here.
picked 2 of my spells. If I
Good
can,
spells. Well, you can learn any of your spells at any time. You don't have to
that's true.
pick them like that.
Pick them in advance.
You get access to them all. You don't have to
That's true.
individually learn them.
That's so convenient.
It
I
is.
hadn't like totally explored my spells yet because I wasn't
Super nice
100%
way.
yet. That's fun. Yeah, like all I had chosen for sure for this like little campaign 0 was Shillelagh and the Druidcraft. So, but cool.
Let's see here. Yeah, you don't have access right now to any spells that would require component cost. So
Okay,
you're good.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I won't. Yeah, won't bother with anything.
I don't think you get one until you have access to level 4 spells, so
Oh, okay.
anyway.
Shows what I know about casting.
I mean, I just looked it up online, so.
Fair.
Alright, so you're gonna head to the the guild traders first? And then out to this farm?
Yeah.
Do y'all
Yeah.
have horses?
I feel like Sod rolled in on his horse.
He would have had a horse, probably.
I don't, but I will ask the inn if they have one I can borrow for the day.
Foren can go get horses ready while y'all go to the.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so Foreign goes to
Okay.
get the horse ready. Sidra, a large pony would be more appropriate for your size, so the
Yes,
inn will give you a large pony. Or, well, they won't give it to you,
Okay.
but they'll allow you the use
Oh,
of. You have to pay a hefty deposit, though. You have
okay.
to, like,
Yep.
buy it, and then when you come back, they give you the money back if the horse isn't injured or something.
Okay. Is that within our tab?
That would not be covered.
Okay.
So you'd have to buy it yourself.
I only have 10 gold. So,
Let's see here.
and I have 10 gold and I have a few chunks of bellstone. So,
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna quite cover it for a horse.
okay. Well,
Almost, but not quite. Yeah, I mean, you could ride double with someone too.
okay. Well, fellas, I don't have a horse, but you can either go ahead without me or unless you wanna to share your mount.
You can share my mount. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
I'll meet
Alright,
y'all
well,
at the
thank you.
stables when we're ready.
Sounds good.
Alright, so you two go to the Guild Trade Center.
Sod finds like the oldest and crustiest miner and just gets into like the worst discussion about minerals and how to mine them. Everyone around them is like walking away.
Yeah, we mine some aluminite and some aventurine and some bazotite and some colemanite and some esperite and yeah, it just goes on and on. He can definitely keep up with you with all the talk about mining and the specific minerals that you mine and all of that stuff.
He's definitely asking him for information about any minerals magical that may be nearby, or if he's heard of
I
anything.
mean, you got your bellstone, which can take magic, I guess. That's what I heard, but I ain't heard of nothing with no magic in it.
I figured so much. Just bellstone.
And Sidra.
Tidra is gonna like ask about if they've seen a trader come through who's been dealing in Bellstone. Fella named Vrath.
Yeah, roll a charisma check, I guess.
That's gonna be a 2.
Well, we got a policy where we don't talk about those who trade with us, so can't tell you much. We don't really sell direct, though. We sort of send it down river, and then they sell more direct. So you might have better luck looking down at one of them down in, Fall Creek or in Kenton or in one of those other towns. I don't really know those towns.
Do I get the impression that he's like that he's heard the name and he doesn't want to talk about him, or that he's just like blanket statement and it's just a diverting?
You can roll an insight check to see if you think he's lying or something.
That's a 23.
23. It just seems to be a general policy. Like, you don't see any flash of recognition when you mention the name or anything like that.
Okay, fair. I'll kind of ease up about it. He is a mighty fine trader. He say, well, he did great business for our community, but I've got some questions for him, see? So I don't know what to think about him. And
Well, why don't you
I
write us
kind of
a
like
letter, and should he come by this way, we'll give it to him.
well, thank you. I'll definitely consider that. And I kind of like I hadn't like thought of that angle, so she's kind of like unsure, like, oh, that's how people make contact through here.
I mean, for a fee, of course.
How much of a fee?
A couple silvers.
Okay. I will think about it.
Please do business with you, ma'am.
Nod and go on.
Alright. So you meet up with Foren at the stable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll all go
Okay.
out to the farm.
Yeah. So, what does your horse look like? Is it like also a Genasi horse?
It's like a Clydesdale, like just the
Clydesdale?
normal
Okay,
horse.
yeah.
You know, they could hold the girth of
Yeah.
sod.
All right. And what does your horse look like, Foren?
It's a black mount,
Okay.
dark, ominous.
Yeah. All right. So you guys head out east towards the farm, passing by the bend in the river, and eventually you see the rock, the big outcropping of rock, and then a little further you do find an old farmhouse with the. It looks like the neighbors have gathered together to harvest the crop.
They're currently
Ale.
there.
No, they're not there right now, but
Okay.
like the crop has been harvested. It's not like fallow or anything yet.
And did we see any other nearby farmhouses on the way out?
Mm,
That are close,
you
like
see
neighbors that might
a scattering, a couple.
Okay. Should we go in and take a look?
Yeah, we gotta go inside. I'll look at all over.
Okay. So you guys can roll investigation checks as you go into this farmhouse. It doesn't seem like the bodies are there yet anymore because they've probably been buried.
14.
14.
Measly 10.
10.
13.
13. Foreign, you do see some like there's definitely signs of like of some sort of fight or something. You see some blood on the floor. And you see some like not sure, it's like scratch marks or something in the walls. And in a couple of the walls, but it's like a little hard to tell.
Do they look like beast stretch marks or like human stretch marks?
Go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can tell the difference. And since he points it out, I assume to the rest of you, you can as well.
17.
Only 7.
Sorry, I just lost my sheet. 18.
Or you're not really certain what kind of creature made these, but Sidra and Sod, you can determine that does seem like they're animal in nature. Like some beast scratched in.
See why
And
someone would think wolves did this.
yeah, and it could be like probably a little bigger than normal. What would you think a wolf's paw would be like? But they definitely could be.
They look large. They do
But
look large.
I try to find the children's rooms while we're searching around.
Okay, yeah, you find a room that the two children shared.
I'll say a quick blessing to Torm there, just in their honor.
Okay. You see a little doll on the bed.
I dab some holy water on it. I don't know how would I do a prayer to Torm, but when I just,
All right.
make it look nice and draw some magic. I don't have magic circles yet. I don't have anything. Make a little temple thing for them and give them a quick blessing, and then I walk away.
Okay.
Zod does this to Lathander as well. May these children be reborn by light's dawn.
Okay.
As he say to Foren, I don't know what happened, but I know something about siblings, especially younger ones, being dear to you. And my brother is the reason that I'm on this mission, so it's definitely disturbing to hear that his children have gone missing.
Sorry to hear about your brother. But I don't give up much else other than that.
Fair. Okay.
And as you leave, you can roll a survival check if you guys want to look for tracks or anything like that.
13.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
I keep forgetting to roll in the game.
That's good. 18.
18.
Nice. All right. So, you guys do see, and Sod, it takes you a little longer, but the two, Sidra and Foren do see what looks like could be wolf tracks leading away from the townhouse, from the house, from the village, or farmhouse. There we go. That's the word. Metropolis.
Where do they lead off to?
It leads off into the woods that are around outside the farm area.
I'm willing to do a little bit of
Towards
investigating.
town or away from town?
Sort of away from town.
Okay.
Do we know what's around here?
Just
We should have brought a map.
wildland, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say
You
we
haven't
explore
heard
a
of-
I'm
little.
assuming my community is probably further north from here, I'm assuming.
It's further south. This is the northernmost
Or further
town.
south.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah, then I wouldn't know much about what's up here, so.
Yeah, Zod's down to follow Foren, see what he's off to.
Right. So you follow these tracks into these woods, and for Sidra and Foren, they're pretty clear and easy to follow. And then they just disappear. Like there's no reason, there's no like leaf litter or anything that would that's distinct in the place that they are, and then the place that they aren't, they're just gone.
And there's not like other kinds of tracks that we see instead, or
You can make another survival check to see if you see anything else. But
no, that's a 20. Nothing.
you see other normal animal tracks, Cedra, but like these are just cut off, you know. And then it looks like
Okay.
other animals have wandered around, but nothing is covering that. Like there's nothing been like put on the track to make it go away or anything like that.
It's just
And
vanished.
you do along the way, you do find a scrap of clothing, a little blue scrap of cloth on a branch, you know, a bramble. But yeah, it just
God
ends.
rolls a 0. He runs off into the brush.
That's the way I found it.
Were there
Yeah.
any trees around that looked like they could have been climbed?
There are some trees around. There's not like a tree directly where it stops. You know how in forests there are like gaps in the trees and stuff. So
Yeah.
they stop. Yeah. But if you want to make a survival check, you can check any of the trees around to see if they like signs of climbing or claws on them.
Sorry, I broke it for a second. I fixed it. Now I'm rolling.
20.
Don't just click buttons. Woo, 20. Woo!
Nice. You oddly enough, you don't see any signs of climbing. You don't see any bark that's been scratched off. You don't see anything that would lead you to indicate that these pod creatures climbed.
Oh, well, looks like a dead end, I guess. We can ask around at the neighbors, but I don't know. Yeah, they're playing.
Quite odd. Yeah, this is very strange.
I've never seen such giant wolves before.
Whoops.
Maybe we can go ask around and see if wolves tend to be a problem around here.
Sure. Let's go check in with the nearest neighbors.
All right, so you go to one of the neighbors that you saw on the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock on the door.
Hello? And the
Yep.
door creaks open.
Hello,
You see an old lady.
hello, ma'am. We
Hello,
were
ma'am.
just over at, what were the name of them?
I don't think you got the name. Oh, wait, did you?
I don't think we did. I didn't
Forset
write it down.
Farm?
Forset Farm. Yeah. You're right.
Y'all
Forset
came
Farm?
from that Forset Farm over yonder. Seen some type of giant wolves. You ever seen anything quite like that before?
Oh, such a tragic story. Don't know what happened there. We don't usually have much trouble with wolves unless there's, not enough prey for them to feed on. Usually they keep away from humans and our houses, but that night we heard some terrible howling, and we all stayed in because it was frightful, like we'd never heard before. And outside the window I saw some strange shape, like sort of like a wolf man. I don't know.
A wolf man?
Like, it was just a shadow, though. Well, I mean, it was pretty late, but it seemed to be like a wolf, but it was walking on its hind legs. And it was big, too. And we doused the lights and we hid, but I just happened to peek out.
Had you been on the whiskey at the time? I mean, I've seen some wolf people before, but it's always because I've been on a bender.
No, dearie, my Harmon is a teetotaler, so we don't have none of that whiskey around here.
Shame. It's a proper shame.
I mean, when he was younger, he had such bad spouts with it, so finally just decided to kick the habit altogether. So we don't go in for that no more.
How long have these wolf people been accompanying y'all?
It was just the one night, and it was real foggy that night too.
The fog takes me back to my dream a little bit.
And it makes me think of the mist.
Have you any graveyards nearby, ma'am?
No, most of us just bury ours in our own plots of land. I mean, I guess the town has one. If you go up beyond it a little bit, in the hills a little bit, but we don't really have one here.
You reckon you ever hear anything like that before?
I never heard nothing like that before, my dear.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes you hear wolves, but these were closer and louder and deadlier,
Do you
I guess.
have do you work with local traders for your crops?
We bring down some to market, in the town down there. But, I
Ever
mean, we
trade with
don't.
a gentleman named Vatham? Mostly deals in stone, but perhaps he reaches out sometimes.
My name don't ring a bell.
Okay. Just had to check. Thank you.
Well, yeah, it was terrible, tragic. Don't know what happened to those folks. Or why the wolves would take the kids and not eat the parents too. Makes sense none.
Wait, the parents are still alive?
Said the parents were killed.
Well, we found their bodies and we buried them.
But the
I don't
children
like this
just
at all.
they vanished.
The kids weren't there, yeah.
How old were their children?
One was about 5 and the other was 7.
Mm,
I know wolves to be vicious creatures. Those children are
young.
as good as wolf shit by now.
I'm afraid that's probably true.
I like kind of like kick thought just a little bit. Like easy.
Uh,
Perhaps they are. It's odd that they took them.
so they may still be alive. We didn't see any children's
We didn't see
tracks.
him. We didn't see. We didn't see any remains either.
And you didn't see this
I
wolf
imagine
man
remains would
carrying
be
anything?
reported.
No, I only saw him before. I mean, I don't know if it was before or after, but I just saw him real brief. Like, I don't know if he was carrying nothing.
Was he going towards the property or away?
I towards it seemed to me.
And you didn't tell anybody about this?
I mean, they just wrote it off as the delusions of an old woman. I'm afraid.
Uh, and how's the hunting been this time of year? Is
That's
there
been fine. No, normal.
so a normal wolf wouldn't normally be around these parts?
I mean, not really. They got plenty of game up in the mountains and in the forest. And, it's more dangerous for them to come in to our lands. I mean, sometimes a wolf will get a taste for like a sheep or some chickens or something like that, but that ain't too common. They mostly keep to themselves.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, appreciate your
Well,
time.
it seems troublesome that they would go into a home.
Yeah, you noticed
I'll
on your
follow.
investigation that the door wasn't broken down, windows weren't broken, nothing like that.
Okay. But the scratches we saw were inside, right?
Inside, yeah,
Or am I
inside.
Okay. Hmm.
Well, I guess we better see what else we can find. I mentioned to go hunt more, but
Yeah.
You've been most helpful, ma'am. And he drops off 2 copper pieces.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's so kind of you.
Teacher nods politely and as she leaves. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Okay.
and I guess we ride back to town.
All right. As
Yeah.
you approach town, dusk begins to settle in. The sun slowly dipping below the horizon. Is there anything else your characters would like to do for the evening?
Teacher will go back to the spot that she's been going to
Okay.
as it gets dark and go spend some time with nature.
Okay.
God will continue to indulge in free drink and food,
Okay.
and say another prayer to Lathander, and look forward to seeing his wife and children again.
And Foren, what is your nightly routine?
Florin's gonna go to his room and take out his weapon, clean, uh, inspect his arm. Uh, he's going to fix and clean everything he can. It's the way that the gnomes have taught him, and as he does so, he prays a blessing for all those that have left him, uh, naming all one by one, and he now today will add the names of those children that disappeared into the night.
Their names were Willet and
I'll be right back.
Can you mind putting those names in the chat just so I can make sure I spelled
I
them right?
certainly will. Give me just a second. Okay. Let me find the chat.
Mm-hmm.
In the Foundry chat.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What good names.
Mm.
And while I say my prayers, I look towards the light of Torm and try to quell down any other bad feelings that may be
All
rising
right.
up.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you sleep? Do you sleep in armor or?
No, I take off my armor.
Okay.
I don't even sleep. Do I sleep with my arm on? I don't know that I would.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a
I
little
guess that would
worrisome
be.
to take off because I got. Ooh, I have to think on that. I don't think I sleep with the arm on, but I would be weary to have it stolen from me.
You
We're
could sleep with
probably.
it wrapped up in
Yeah.
your arms or on your
Put it under my
bedside.
pillow.
Tied to your other arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I sleep with it on.
Okay. All right, and with that, day comes to a close, and we'll end this session of impromptu D&D.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for
No
Awesome.
problem.
filling in. You did
Yeah,
a
that
great
was super
job.
fun, Sarah. That was awesome.
Glad you liked it.
It was really good. I'm excited to play this campaign now.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be so sad if Sod dries.
That was super
I
fun.
really
Thank
like
you.
all three of our
Yeah,
characters.
no problem.
Yeah.